Welcome to Chef's Take. I'm your host, Michael Zavlaris. Today is December 16th, 2022. I'm officially done my semester, so I can actually spend more time into the videos. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the Eagles just played the Giants on just this past Sunday, and we fucking dismantled them 48-22. Jalen Hurts, now granted it's against the Giants, but Jalen Hurts looking like the MVP right now. In fact, he is the favorite to win MVP right now, according to all major sports books. He's ahead. One of them I saw, he was ahead minus 165 to Mahomes plus 140. So Hurts is the favorite to win MVP right now, which you love to see. 217 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes, 77 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. Miles Sanders went off too with 144 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, we looked really good against the Giants. Miles Sanders reached over 1,000 rushing yards, and A.J. Brown reached over 1,000 receiving yards, both of which is the first time an Eagles player had over 1,000 yards, whether it's receiving or rushing, since Jeremy Maclin and LaShawn McCoy back in 2014. So we finally got our guys. You love to see it. It's been too long. So there's that. Hassan Reddick has also recorded double-digit sacks throughout the season, which it's been very consistent for him. He's been doing that every year since he came in the league. Brandon Graham had 3 sacks, and he is a sack away from tying his career high in sacks in a season. And we still have a few games to play, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we looked really good. We looked really good on Sunday against the Giants. Unfortunately, we won't have Reed Blankenship for a little bit, and Aaron Sipos, our punter, he got hurt recovering a muffed punt, and yeah, he just got absolutely fucking bulldozed. But I didn't know he could hustle like that. So we won't have our punter or Reed Blankenship for at least a couple weeks. Dallas Goedert should be coming back this week. He's probably going to get activated tomorrow. But to fill in for Sipos and Reed Blankenship, the Eagles signed Brett Kern to the practice squad. He's been the Titans punter for a little bit, 3-time Pro Bowl punter. Pat McAfee, who is one of the greatest punters to play the game, he said Brett Kern is, easily top 5 punter still. So that's promising. And we somehow got better from that. So he got signed to the practice squad, but we all know he's getting evaluated on Sunday. We also brought Anthony Harris back to fill in for Reed Blankenship and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, because honestly, Kayvon Wallace is not it. He's a good tackler, don't get me wrong, but he cannot cover for shit. So Anthony Harris is back, and we have Brett Kern, so that's pretty good. Now, on to the rest of the Eagles stuff. So, Michael Parsons was on the Voncast with Von Miller, and he said some things about Jalen Hurts. Now, granted, some of it was taken out of proportion, but at the same time, as many people said, if a division rival says something about the quarterback, especially for what Parsons said, they're going to take it as a shot. The locker room will take it as a shot. So he was on the Voncast with Von Miller, and he was pretty much wondering if Hurts' success is from the team or from him. In other words, if he's like a system quarterback or not. Now, I have the clip right here, but keep in mind, you need both. You need each other to succeed. Now, granted, Hurts has good weapons this year, don't get me wrong. But people are also making it seem like, we added a shit ton of players on the offensive side of the ball. Keep in mind, the only 2 offensive moves we made this year was getting A.J. Brown, which has definitely been a difference maker, and Zach Pascal, who's our backup receiver. But everybody wants to make it seem like we got Jesus Christ, Goku, Thanos, Jerry Rice, all those kind of players, which is not the case. We only got AJ, which, like I said, has done a lot, and Zach Pascal, who's been pretty good. But, we've had the majority of these players on the team. Hurts has taken the next step. Now, sure, he definitely has a lot better weapons than he did last year. His receiving core right now is AJ, Devontae, and Quez. Last year, he had a rookie Devontae, Jalen Reagor, and a developing Quez. But Hurts has definitely taken that next step. He's a more accurate passer. He's been a lot better than he was last year. Part of it is because of the weapons, but you can't just say that, oh, he's only good because of the weapons. He has definitely improved. He's been more accurate. He's been throwing a deep ball a lot better this year than he has last year. So that's something I don't understand. The second Jalen Hurts became the favorite to win MVP is when a lot of people started discrediting him. Phil Simms, that fucking nobody. He's like, oh, he's not nearly as valuable as so-and-so or so-and-so. If Gardner Minshew was playing with the Eagles, he'd have the same success as Hurts. That's not the case. And Shannon Sharp also said, every offense is designed for the quarterback, which is true. He mentioned Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, they would not succeed in the system that we have because our system involves a lot of running with the quarterback. They want to do that. They're up in their late 30s and even Brady mid 40s. So, yeah, the schemes are meant for the quarterback. Better fit for the quarterback. So, I don't like the fact that Jalen Hurts is getting disrespected like the second he becomes a favorite. Now, I get it. Mahomes, he's having a great season. And he's also the NFL's golden boy and whatnot. But you have to give love to Hurts. He has the best passer rate in the league, the best touchdown turnover ratio in the league, and he also has a better completion percentage than Mahomes and whatnot. I don't know why people just choose to constantly disrespect him when he's been playing lights out this year. All right, if you don't think he's going to win MVP, then that's fine, but don't discredit him. He's having an amazing season. So is Mahomes. So, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, back to Michael Parsons. This is what he said on the Voncast.
Is it Hurts or the team? I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think it's system and team. I think it's a little bit of both, man, because they got a great offensive line, which helps Hurts. Hurts has A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. They got a good running game.
Miles Sanders.
They scheme that they have.
O-line. Yeah. I mean, bro,
hey, this Eagles Cowboy coming up, ain't it?
Yeah, it's coming up. I'm not trying to make no enemies. I just love the game so much, and I understand it so much that I can't. When things are off, I just can't hold it in. I almost gotta say something.
Yeah, you're right. They got a great team, great defense.
But everyone has their own opinions.
But they got Jalen Hurts is.
He's good. He's good.
They got him for the MVP race with Patrick Mahomes. His stats and what he's been doing with numbers that he be putting up is MVP worthy, just like what Patrick Mahomes doing.
Is it Hurts or the?
Yeah. So there's that for you. Now he did say Hurts is good. Don't get me wrong, he did say that, but even though he made a hot take saying, is it Hurts or is it the team? Von Miller did try to avoid it by saying it's a little bit of both, but he also wanted to try and move on from the question. But Parsons did feed into it. He wasn't backing down. So while some people are kind of taken out of proportion, you can't blame them. Von Miller's trying to steer away, but Parsons kept eating into it. He did say he was a good quarterback, like I said, but he was still feeding into the situation, which is why the Eagles, like I said, that kind of stuff is bulletin material, and teams will keep that in the back of their mind, and that's, of course, it's going to draw some attention. But the Eagles handled it like professionals. They said, hey, we're focused on Chicago. Mailata said, I think they should focus on their team. We should focus on our team. But it is also being vastly publicized because, one, it's a division rival. But not only that, they do play next week on Christmas Eve. And honestly, I think it's the most hyped and highly anticipated game of the year so far. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's... Of course, Eagle fans aren't happy about it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. He's saying is it the offense or is it Hurts? We literally ran our offense into Parsons, and he was a deer in headlights. He made the wrong reads on the RPOs. He was struggling. Now, he has pressure on himself to back his claim up. Will it happen? We'll see. But I am really looking forward to this game. I'm hyped about it. I'm not saying who's going to win, how they're going to win, or whatever. I'm just really excited for this game. Both teams are on fire right now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, like Parsons is talking all this shit when he couldn't do much against the Eagles last time. Who knows what he's going to do against the Eagles next week. But if we're talking about system quarterbacks, Dak Prescott still struggles with the star-studded cast he had around him for his entire career. He had that. The Cowboys O-line was the best in the league when he was playing a few years ago. He had prime Zeke. He had Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. He had all of these weapons. And Cowboy fans were begging for his respect. This, that, and the third. When in reality he wasn't putting up the best numbers for that kind of team, like the kind of players he had around him. He wasn't putting up those kind of numbers that Hurts would. And I remember saying this when Wentz was our quarterback. Wentz has done a lot better with significantly less. He had 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 7 picks when we literally had practice squad players as our weapons. Greg Ward, Deontay Burnett, Robert Davis, Joshua Perkins. Those guys you never heard of. I mean, Greg Ward, yes, you heard of him, I'm sure. But all those other guys were people Wentz was throwing to, and he put up those numbers. Could you imagine Wentz at that time with the players Dak had? Wentz would be an MVP candidate. So there was a lot of hypocrisy there. But, hey, I'm all for the shit talk. We'll just see if the Eagles can shut them. We'll see if the Eagles can shut their mouths, and if Dallas, especially Parsons, can back it up. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So anyway, back to regular Eagles stuff. Goddard should be activated tomorrow. We play Chicago this week. Justin Fields is playing. But Chase Claypool is not playing, so right now it honestly looks like the wide receiver 1 for the Bears is St. Brown and Cole Kmet. They don't have a lot of weapons right now. I just want to see how we can do against, our defense can do against Justin Fields. Because like I said, we struggled against mobile quarterbacks for a while now. Now Daniel Jones, he's a scrambling quarterback. We held him composed. Let me look at his stats real quick. Daniel Jones had 4 carries for 26 yards, and he had that quarterback sneak. But other than that, we took care of him. But, Tyrod Taylor, too. He was in there for a little bit. He had 2 carries for 40 yards. But, obviously, Justin Fields is a more explosive runner than Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. So we'll see what happens, but I hope we see a lot of Nakobe Dean, because honestly, I feel like having Nakobe Dean in there is perfect as a quarterback spy. I think he can match Justin Fields in speed and whatnot. We'll see, but I just want to see how we do against Fields, because right now Fields doesn't have anyone to throw to, and that Bears team is like injury plagued right now. So yeah, there's that. So that's it for the Eagles stuff. Last time I checked, actually, well, first off, we clinched the playoffs, so we're in the playoffs now. But I did see something that we could clinch the number 1 seed if the Eagles beat the Bears and Dallas. I don't know how true that is, because, I mean, the Vikings are still around. But if that's true, if both of those things do in fact happen, then there's a chance we don't even see the starters for the rest of the regular season, which I don't know how I feel about it. Like, honestly, we're bubble wrapping them so they don't get hurt, but at the same time, I don't want there to be any rust. So it's kind of tough. I feel like benching him like 2-3 weeks before the season ends is like way too early. Like maybe the last game of the season, yeah, but I'm not too crazy about 2-3 games before the season ends. So we'll see. But I saw another thing too. Stephen A. Smith came out and said something about the Eagles will probably let Dallas beat them on Christmas and then beat them in the playoffs. This is why I don't like watch major sports shows, because they come out and say the dumbest shit. Like, yeah, the Eagles are going to let their division rival beat them, which will hurt the Eagles' chances of clinching the division and clinching a first seed. And it'll help Dallas clinch the division possibly and whatnot. Like, that makes no fucking sense. He's saying it's a tall task to beat the same team 3 straight times in a season. Now, that is true, but we're not going to be like, oh yeah, you can have this win. It makes no fucking sense. It's stupid. So, there's that. But, anyway, enough with the Eagles stuff. On to some NFL news. Kyler Murray's out for the year with a torn ACL. What sucks is that he's probably going to miss like most of the regular season. Not most. He's probably going to miss a few regular season games because he got this injury so late into the year. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. Oh yeah, the Niners, they clinched a playoff spot with a big cock Brock Purdy. So there's that. Now on to what you all came here for, which are the picks. So let's head right into that. Let me get this out of here. So we got week 15 picks right here. If I take a look here. So yesterday you had San Francisco at Seattle. Vegas had the Niners favored to win this game. I had the Niners as well. Saturday. Damn, I didn't know there were games tomorrow. Holy shit. So Saturday, tomorrow, we have Indianapolis at Minnesota. I'm going with Minnesota, and so is Vegas. Baltimore at Cleveland. Lamar Jackson is not playing, so I'm going to go with Cleveland, but it's going to be a close game because Groper Cleveland is still really rusty. Next, Miami at Buffalo. I think teams figured the Dolphins out. They've been struggling the past few weeks. Yeah. Tua's not looking like himself right now. He just hurt his MVP chances. I'm going to go with Buffalo here, and I believe Vegas has Buffalo as well. Next, we have Philly at Chicago. I'm going to pick the Eagles. Score, I'm probably going to go I want to go 34-17, 37-17, something like that. Next, we have Atlanta at New Orleans. As much as I want New Orleans to lose this week, I think New Orleans is going to win this game. Desmond Ridder is going to be the starter on Sunday, and Marcus Mariota quit on the team because of it. Yeah, that's good sportsmanship. What a way to support your teammate. Next, Detroit at the Jets. I'm going with Detroit here, and so is Vegas. I think it's going to be if Mike White was playing, I would have picked the Jets. But Zach Wilson's playing, and he holds the team back, if I'm being honest with you. Watch him prove me wrong on Sunday. Next, Pittsburgh at Carolina. Vegas has Carolina, but I'm going with Pittsburgh here. Next, we have Dallas at Jacksonville. I really want to see Dougie P beat Jacksonville. That'd be something. But I think Dallas is going to win this game. I'm honestly thinking like a 28-17 kind of game. Next, we have Kansas City at Houston. Houston will not have Dameon Pierce, Brandon Cooks, or Nico Collins. In other words, their entire offense is not playing. And I have Kansas City's defense this week. There should be no reason that the Chiefs' defense gets less than 20 fantasy points this week. But I'm going with Cleveland. Houston almost beat the Cowboys last week, but unfortunately they didn't. That would have been something. Next, we have Arizona at Denver. Russell Wilson is out. I'm going to go with it. I really want to go Arizona, but they struggled against the Patriots, so I'm going to go with Denver here, actually. It's so tough because Denver has a good defense, and Arizona struggled against a good defense. It's really close. Actually, no, fuck. I'm going with Arizona. I think there's like a lot of Denver injuries right now. Next, we have New England at Las Vegas. I really want to pick Vegas here, but if New England has a chance to go to the playoffs, Bill Belichick, I think he's going to come up with something. I think New England might win the game, which is really not good for me because I have Josh Jacobs. Hopefully he goes off, but I doubt it. I mean, I hope he does. But yeah, on top of that, it's Bill Belichick against his former offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels. I think he's going to school him. So I really want to pick Vegas, but I'm going to go with New England. Next, we have Tennessee at the Chargers, both 7-6, trying to fight for a playoff spot. I'm going with the Chargers here. Tennessee's pass defense sucks, and the Chargers have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Gerald Everett, and Austin Eckler, who, gets all the dump-off passes. So, yeah, Chargers all the way here. Next, we have Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. We have the Giants at Washington. I don't know what the Giants' injury status looks like right now, but I'm going to go with Washington here. And last but not least, we have the Rams at Green Bay. Baker Mayfield looked like Tom Brady last week. But I'm going to go with Green Bay here. I'm thinking like 24-17 Green Bay. So, yeah. And, yeah, those are the picks this week. We got San Francisco, Minnesota, Cleveland, Buffalo, Philly, Saints, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Kansas City, Arizona, New England, Chargers, Cincinnati, Washington, and Green Bay. So those are the picks. Thanks for watching, and I will post next week on... I don't even know if I will be able to post next week, but I'll probably get something up. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time I post. Shit.